Hello, this presentation is one of a series of nuggets mined from Polk County history. It is brought to you by the Polk County Historical Society. These short historical vignettes are prepared from material in the Society's library, which is housed at the Polk County Museum, which is on the south side of the Polk County Fairgrounds. Our presenter is Polk County historian, author, and longtime Historical Society member, Scott MacArthur.
A college or a university education today is a combination of scholastic accomplishment and preparation for life. Well, the same thing could be said about the training given to students in the 1800s at Christian College. That's what it was called in those days. It's a predecessor to what today is Western Oregon University at Monmouth. Life was different for students in those pioneer days. Animal House, it was not. In 1970, Ellis Stebbins, the Emeritus Dean of Administration at Western, and he was once the acting president of what then was Oregon College of Education, and he was for several years the president of the Polk County Historical Society also, authored an article entitled College Life 1872. It was published in Volume 2 of Historically Speaking, a publication of the Historical Society. And this article later became part of Ellis Stebbins' History of the University. Now, his article was based on the published rules for student behavior contained in the 1872-1873 catalog of Christian College, which was then operating with the support and guidance of the Disciples of Christ Church. Originally, it started out as Monmouth University, then it became Christian College, and then it was the Oregon Normal School, and then it was Western Oregon State College, and then it was Western Oregon University, and I think I got all the names straight, but it's the same school, different names, certain difference in lifestyle also. Things were different at the Monmouth College in those days. For one, there weren't an awful lot of students. Today, the student enrollment is better than 6,000. In 1871, the year before this 29-page catalog that Stebbins used as the foundation for his article, enrollment was all of 120 students. There were two courses of study offered. They were classical and scientific. They led to, upon completion, to the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science. Christian College also had a preparatory department. This offered classes at the high school level because most public schools in Oregon of that period only lasted through the 8th grade. Students at the preparatory department could catch up with high school level courses and equip themselves to be admitted then to the college level training. In order for a student to be admitted to the college, he had to prove that he or she was of good moral character. Each student was required to solemnly promise to observe and abide by all the rules and regulations of the college. In particular, the would-be student was required to pledge to be diligent in study, punctual and orderly in required recitations, strictly moral and orderly in conduct and language, to abstain from gambling, and to abstain from the use of intoxicating liquors. Use or possession of firearms and other deadly weapons was forbidden. The list of deadly weapons included dirks and bowie knives. Other prohibitions included desecration of the Lord's Day, playing cards for amusement, leaving the immediate precincts of the village, that then Monmouth, which observed local option prohibition, without the permission of the president of the college or of the faculty member, running up or down stairs, boisterous talking or laughing, or making unnecessary noise, or loitering in the streets and shops of the town. There was one interesting prohibition. No student will be permitted to visit another student whose parent or guardian does not reside in Monmouth without the written permission from some member of the faculty. So much for the hot date. We have several photos of Western Oregon University and its student body from the earlier days. These photos show the first school building that was built in 1856. Campbell Hall, the first permanent building erected on campus. And, well, it's a little after the years we're talking about, but it still fits. The picture of the class of 1888 at the planting of the university's sequoia tree, which is still there. It's a lot bigger than that these days. The catalog touted Monmouth as ideal for a higher education, and I'm going to quote from the language of the catalog. Removed from the causes of diversion from study and the temptation and allurement of vice incident to a city or town. The surroundings, or Monmouth is what they're talking about here, are all most favorable for health, application, virtue, and proficiency in every department of study. End quote. Stebbins' article said that the faculty minutes of the time show that some of the students had a little trouble adhering to the rules of conduct. The catalog explained, the discipline is mild and firm, administered on the principle that virtue is its own reward and vice its own shame. Students are taught to govern themselves rather than be governed. Moral power is the true principle. Thus, no student can be permitted to remain who indulges in card playing, intemperance, profanity, neglect of studies, or any other vice or impropriety. What did an education cost at Christian College in those days? Well, the school term lasted 20 weeks. Tuition for those in the collegiate department was $20. That's $380 in today's money. Price has gone up a little bit since then. Those in the preparatory department paid $25 per term. Now that's $475 in today's money. Each student paid a janitor's fee of $2. That was $38 today. Music students paid $25 per term, again, $475 in today's money. And for instruction, this was for instruction in piano, guitar, melodeon, or organ. There were no dormitories. There was no food service in those days. Board and room was available in the community privately for $3.50 to $4 a week. That runs about $66.50 to $76 in today's money.